crafters, welcome back to my channel Because I'm Crafty. My name's Caitlin and today I'm going to talk to you guys about my July makes and August plans. But before I get into it, make sure to subscribe if you haven't already and like this video if you enjoy it. So I didn't actually make that many things in July, and that was because I made so many things in June and May that I just wanted to take a little break and plan out my makes for August a little bit better and make sure that I had all these supplies and everything that I needed to make those things. And actually today, as I'm filming this, Fabricland is having a 50% off sale, so I'm going to go and get everything that I need, and then that way I'm super prepared for August. So I'm really excited for all these different plans, but first I'll go over the few things that I did make in July. So I didn't actually make anything for myself in July so far. It is only the 20th as I'm filming this, but I don't have any plans within the next 10 days to make anything for myself. I'll just probably cut a few different projects out ready for August. So one of the things that I did make in July for someone else was the mother of the bride dress for my cousin. And so it's actually my dad's cousin. So I don't know if that's first cousin, second cousin. I don't know how all that works. But my cousin, she wore a dress to her other daughter's wedding a couple years ago. And it was this really nice purple lace overlay dress. And she wanted a similar dress just in a different color. So she decided to go out and buy the fabric and brought it to me to basically copy. So I'll put some pictures in here. I probably only have one or two pictures right now. I have a couple more things to do, just very easy finishing things to do on it. But it's all together, it's ready to go. It needs a good press. But once it's all like completely finished and ready to go, and hopefully while she's here to pick it up, I'll get a picture of it on her. I will post that on Instagram and as when the wedding comes up too, because it's in August. So I don't have too many pictures right now, but I think it looks really good. It came together really well. It didn't give me too much trouble, and I was actually surprised how well it was sewing because I have some of that lace, similar lace, in this like jug beside me here. If you've seen these rolls in the background, I have brown, kind of periwinkle color, and cream. And so I've worked with it before and knew that it was a little bit of a struggle at times depending on how you're sewing it and what machines you're using, because sometimes my serger can struggle with it. But it has kind of like a cording that goes throughout the fabric to kind of give the flowers a bit of dimension. But as you're sewing, and if the needle hits that or the serger's trying to cut through that, then it can kind of not like it and kind of jump over it or skip or kind of do weird things. But it actually came together really well, so I'm really surprised and happy that it didn't kind of jump around or be crazy too much. So just as a forewarning, if you see that lace and you want to buy it, just keep that in mind, that if you do see lace that has that cording in it, it's very beautiful and pretty, but it can be tricky to sew. So I just took her original dress, and I'll take some pictures of the muslin that I did, which I didn't actually sew up. I just laid her dress on top of some muslin and made a pattern with it and marked everything off, put on my seam allowance, and then I cut it out and laid it over top again to make sure it was the right size, and then I used that as a pattern to cut out the good fabric. So it came together really well. I'm just looking at it on the mannequin stand to the side, and I think it's going to look really, really nice. So I'm excited to see her in it on her daughter's wedding day. Some other things that I was working on these last few weeks were some custom sewing at work. And I thought I would show you guys because I usually just post those kinds of images on Instagram. But since I don't really have a lot of makes that I made for myself, I thought I would share it on here. So there's a lady who came in to Joanne's shop and ordered 2 tops and a dress. So the first one was just a plaid simple button-up blouse with short sleeves and a collar. And sorry, it sounds like the air conditioning is going to come on, so it's going to be a little bit loud in the background. But Joanne cut out that first one for me, and then I used, which I know sounds backwards, but she's a very good cutter, and I took that fabric and then put it on some paper and cut out a paper pattern so that I could cut out the next one. So that one was just a simple cotton plaid, and then the next one was more of a silky kind of fabric. I think it was mostly synthetic, it wasn't actually silk, but it had that kind of feel to it. And so I used that paper pattern to cut out the next one. The only thing that was different was that it had long sleeves and a cuff on it. and then it had kind of a pussy bow blouse kind of tie collar at the front, and then it still had the buttons down the front of it. So that one turned out really well too. I really love that style and was wishing I had one as well. So I might make something like that similar. I have some really beautiful silk fabric that I bought a long time ago, and I've been waiting for the perfect project to use it for, so maybe I'll make something like that because it was really pretty. And then the other thing I made for her was a dress, which Joanne used the pattern to cut it out. And it was the same kind of silky fabric, but it was just kind of a simple kind of sheath style dress with short sleeves and an invisible zipper up the back. So it was fairly simple as well, but it looked really pretty with the printed fabric that she brought in. So I'm really proud of those makes because they came together really well and they didn't give me too much trouble. Sometimes you get into something thinking it's really simple and then it becomes this huge thing. So those things turned out really well. If I think of anything else that I've taken pictures of in the last month that I've worked on, I will put them in here. But there's nothing else that I've really worked on in the last month that stood out to me. I've done a few bridesmaid dresses and a lot of just general alterations, so those to me aren't very exciting. You know, lots of pant hems and what else did I do? Lots of taking in shirts. I fixed someone's bra the other day. Patches, repairs. What did I do the other day? I don't know. Nothing stands out to me, so that's basically it. And the other thing I just wanted to mention was the kids sewing camp, which is also why I didn't sew a lot in July. So we had a 2-hour summer day camp. So each day for 5 days, Monday to Friday for 2 weeks. So we had like 2 separate groups each week. The first week we had 10 kids, and that was the younger group. I think our youngest was 5, but he turned 6 during the camp. And then the second week was our older kids, and I think we had the oldest was just going into high school, so going into grade 9, so 14, 15 age range. And that week we had 8 kids. So it was really busy because you know, come into work in the morning, work on what you can, and then the kids come, and then you spend almost the rest of the day cleaning up and making sure it's ready for the next day. So by the time like the end of the day came and I came home, I did not want to sew, and I actually took my sewing machine to work, so we had an extra one, so I actually couldn't sew when I was at home, but that was fine because I did not want to touch my sewing machine. It was, those 2 hours are just like a blur, just total chaos and fun and craziness, and I'm picking, and it was so much fun, but it is a lot of work to control that many kids with sewing machines, scissors, and snips, and rippers, and everything. But so much fun by the end of it to see all the pictures of all the things they made. So I'm going to pop up a few pictures, you've probably seen a few as I've been blabbering, of different things that they've made. A lot of the kids I've never sewn before. Some of them have been coming to our after-school program at work, where similar thing, they come for 2 hours, or an hour and a half I guess it is, after school. Sew something, and that's like a weekly thing throughout the school year. So some of them are more advanced than others, but they basically come, decide what they want to make. I'll help them find fabric, Joanne will cut it out for them, and then we'll help them put it together and make everything work. So yeah, it turned out really well. All their projects were amazing. I'm always amazed with their ideas. I'm actually thinking of doing some kind of video series with some of them who come to the after school program because they're just so amazing. So I think that's all that I really have to share for my July makes. Like I said, I didn't make anything for myself. It was just stuff that I did at work and with the kids sewing camp because that was super busy. So let's get into my August plans, which is very long. So some of the first things that I want to make is, like I said, in my, I think my June plans, maybe July plans, I can't remember, but I wanted to make an outfit to wear to my cousin's wedding. And I was trying to decide between the rosy dress from Sew Over It, because I bought the pattern while I was there, and I got some fabric that I wanted to use while I was there. So it was between that or an Abby jumpsuit slash maybe a wrap dress like the Samantha or the Mama Isabel from Made for Mermaids. out of the knit fabric that I got from there, from Sew Over It. So I decided last night that I'm going to make the hack that Lisa shared on one of her latest videos, I believe it was the Sew Over channel, of mixing the rosy dress bodice with the Ultimate Culottes bottoms, because I just purchased the Ultimate Culottes and I have it already printed. I just need to put it together. So I'm going to do the rosy dress on top with that cream background with the really bright florals on it, and then I'm going to use a black for the kind of collar piece at the top and the straps, and then I'm going to make a little black jacket to go over top. So I'm not sure about the jacket yet, what pattern I'm going to use, but that's kind of my idea for my outfit. And I think I'll make the Abby jumpsuit out of that kind of mustard rose floral anyways, just because I have that kind of set in my mind that that's what I want that fabric to be. So excuse me, I think I'm just going to make both of those and decide later if I wear the other one. But I think I'm really set on that rosy Ultimate Culottes hack because it looked amazing on Lisa. She has a really nice picture on Instagram and I just loved it. So the only thing that I'll have to do different with that is I'll have to line the pants as well, because the cream is a little bit see-through. It's a really light cotton and it's just not gonna be good if I don't line it. So, but that's totally fine. It's a fancier outfit and I think I'll get more wear out of that than I would a dress. I always say I love dresses and I want to make dresses. Dresses are so fun to make, but then I have a whole rack of dresses in my closet that I never wear, so I think I'll make the jumpsuit instead. The other thing I did last night was I went through my stash to see if I had any woven fabrics, just scraps lying around, to make some more Ogden camis. And I found two that I think I could scrap, it out of. So I'm going to make a couple of those, and while I'm at Fabricland today, I might see if they have a couple just cute wovens that are on the sale bin, remnant bin or something that I can get a couple out of, because I really like the Ogden cami dress that I made, but I've yet to actually make an Ogden cami. So I would like to make the pattern as it was made for. It's summer, it's really hot here, and I need some more kind of tank tops, so I think I will do that. What else? The other thing I wanted to make was another pair of Mila dungarees, but I wanted to make it in a shorts version because it's hot and I really want to wear my Mila dungarees, but they're long pants and I know I'll be way too hot in them. So I did buy some stretch denim at Fabricland a long time ago. It was in one of the remnants bins. It was like $5 a meter, and I think I have 2 meters of it. So I want to make that, but I need to get some of the hardware and stuff. So I'm going to get that today at my Fabricland run so I can make those. And we have some really good jean thread fabric at work, like a giant spool of it. So I'm going to borrow that for a weekend and sew up those so they look more jean-like. So I'm excited to make those, kind of hack the pattern a bit. I know I do have to go back to the paper pattern and make some adjustments because I made a lot of adjustments while I was making it, but I didn't go back to the pattern and fix it, so I have to do that first, but I'm excited for those. I'm definitely going to be making another pair of Ultimate Culottes. I know I'm going to make that in conjunction with the rosy dress pattern, but I think I have another fabric that I want to make those out of. If not, I'll check today and see if they have anything nice and flowy. What else? I still have the Harissa vest slash jacket on here, but I may still keep pushing that back because it's too hot to wear it right now anyways. But it's still sitting on my table waiting. It's just all these other things to me just are more exciting and more, they have a time frame for my outfit for the wedding and stuff like that. The Mila dungarees are short, so it's hot out. I'm going to need that sooner. Same with Ogden camis. I have on here ginger jeans as well. When I bought that stretch denim, I also bought another one that's a little bit different color and slightly thicker with in mind to make the ginger jeans. So I'm not sure if I'll also push that back maybe into September or October, but I do want to try out the ginger jeans because I have a really hard time fitting jeans. I always have to buy them to fit my legs and hips, and then they're huge in the waist. So that's an issue with jeans. So I really want to try and make a pattern that's going to fit me properly. and then I can make my own jeans and don't have to suffer shopping for them. And I have down here also lace tops with a knit lining. So I just want to make kind of a lace overlay style top just like I did with my cousin's dress, because I have a lot of lace and I just want to make some nice fancy tops with just a simple lining underneath. Just like a simple kind of waist length top. Maybe use the scalloped edges at the bottom. Maybe have some cute little short kind of cap sleeves on them. Something like that. Again, I'm not sure if I'll get to that this month, but that's something that I've been really wanting to do for a while. And I think the last thing I have on here is my boyfriend's outfit, which we're going to be shopping for today at Fabricland. I'll talk to you guys more about that when I actually make the video, but I'm really excited to do that. So I know it's a bit of a tease, but we're going to just design a outfit together that I'm going to make for him, and it's kind of based off of a video I seen before I went to London by someone who is not in the sewing community, but I thought that it was really funny, and I thought that we could have some fun with it since I am a little bit more skilled in the sewing department. But that's what made the video so funny. But I think that it's going to be a really good video, and my boyfriend's such a sport, and he was like, yes, I will do it. So he's going to design an full kind of body outfit, and yeah, so I'm excited to do that. So hopefully we'll get everything we need today. I have a kind of full sheet of lined paper filled from top to bottom with a list of things. So hopefully I will get everything and not get distracted while I'm in there and just get what I'm looking for. Most of it's thread and buttons and hardware. There's a few things that I need matching fabric for, a few zippers, but other than that, if some linings, stuff like that. So not anything too crazy, but hopefully I will get everything that I need today. So I think that is everything of my July makes and my August plans. There's definitely a lot of plans in August, but it's kind of the last month of summer sewing to me, so I want to get some last minute summer sewing in, and I'm excited to do that, and hopefully I'll get everything I need today at Fabricland. So if you guys haven't joined me over on Instagram yet, make sure to check out the links in the description. A lot of these pictures that I showed you guys today are already on there, but if they aren't, I will head over there and post them so you can take a better look. Definitely the kids sewing camp pictures, because I think their ideas are so creative and all of them turned out so well. So like I said in the beginning of this video, if you enjoyed it, make sure to give this video a thumbs up and subscribe if you haven't already. I've seen a lot of sewists talk about in their videos that when they check their analytics, most of their views are not from subscribers, and so I checked mine out and I am in the same boat. I think it was a very high percentage of people who watch my videos are not subscribed. So if you are not subscribed, make sure to subscribe and hit that little bell notification down below so you don't miss out on any of my uploads. I hope you guys have a fabulous week, fabulous day, and I'll see you next time, crafters. Bye!